Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. This video is scheduled to air on Christmas Day. And for those of you that celebrate Christmas like we do, Merry Christmas and hope you have a wonderful holiday. And for everyone else, enjoy the season for whatever it means to you. Now, what that means is that tomorrow on the 26th, Jim's Happy Birthday book sale begins in our bookstore. 25% off everything except our 2 courses. On all of our books, 25% off. So this is a great deal if you've missed our Black Friday sale the day after Thanksgiving. So you get another chance. Today we're going to do a one-pot meal, and these meals are especially designed. I select recipes for these meals that we can do now and later. And by that, I mean we can make this recipe now when we have all ingredients available to us in grocery stores. And we can also make it later if things go south and we are having to cook off grid or live on what we have stored already. So if we use wisdom in what we put on our storage shelves, then we can make a meal just like this. Now, we might have to cook it off grid. This is a perfect meal that is well suited to a Dutch oven cooking over charcoal. So the way this meal works is this. In this 12-inch cast iron skillet, we are going to put a bottom layer, and we'll get to that layer in just a minute. But know that that mystery layer is anything you want it to be, and that's why I called it mystery meal in the as the title for the video. And it will work with things like spaghetti, chili, stew, anything, a tamale pie kind of thing. And so we're going to do today a chili recipe. So here's what I'm going to work with today for the chili. I have a pint of our canned anasazi beans. Here is a pint of our chili with no beans. And here is a backup pint of our home canned ground beef. I can't remember if I put ground beef in this or not. I think that I did, but we're going to put these 2 in and see what it tastes like. We may be adding this as well. And then once we get this nice and hot, we are going to put a cornbread batter on the top of it and bake it in the oven. This is a one-pot meal, which now works for great economy, but for later, it might be a good way for us to conserve fuel. If we can cook our meal in just one pot with just the fuel that is needed to cook that one pot, then we're better off than if we have 2 or 3 things trying to heat those up or cook those in an off-grid situation. So here we go. I'm going to turn the frying pan on. These anasazi beans were canned January of 2021, so they are 3 years old. We're putting them in. Notice the black on the underside of this lid. Sometimes food reacts with whatever this is. This is not mold, it's just discoloration. So no worries about this. This smells just perfectly fine, so I'm not concerned about that. But I am going to toss this lid. I won't be reusing it. Then I'm going to do our chili with no beans. Ooh, smells great. Oh, it has chunks of meat in it. I'm not going to be using my hamburger. That's right, I canned it with beef chunks. And so we have this lovely mixture right here. And I'm going to stir this all together. Now, depending on your family size, you may want this layer to be thicker so that you can serve more people. This is going to make probably 3 meals for Jim and me. So depending on your family size, you can put whatever under here you wish. Now, I am going to put the cornbread recipe, setting this aside. I am going to put the cornbread recipe in the description box for this video, so you'll have the cornbread. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I have some of my freshly milled cornmeal. I'm going to use 2/3 of a cup. Now you can do actually this cornbread crust several ways. You can make your own like we're doing, and if you are thinking about what you might need to store in your food storage in order to have ingredients for cornbread, you have some options. We store dry corn that I can mill into cornmeal. If you don't want to do that, you can just buy cornmeal as it comes right from the grocery store and store that. Or you can buy those little boxes of, I think it's Jiffy cornbread mix, you could do that. I like to do things from scratch, so that's what we're going to do today. So I have 2/3 of a cup of that cornmeal. I'm going to put in another 2/3 of a cup of flour. A teaspoon of baking powder. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Ooh, this smells really, really, really good. That is hot, so I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to whisk these together. Then in this bowl, I'm going to put our wet ingredients, which includes 1 egg, 2/3 of a cup of milk, 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to whisk these together. Then we are going to add the wet to the dry. So we just mix these until everything is dampened. And then I have 2 peppers here. Jim thinks they are...
Anaheim.
They're not Anaheims.
I don't know what they are.
Jim thinks they might be jalapeno.
Jalapeno, that's it.
Serrano is a good choice as well. So I'm going to put, one of these is chopped, the other is in little rings. Let me see how this looks if I stir that much into it. Okay, I'm going to put the rest in. And then we are going to dollop this around. I'm trying to not get the chili into the cornbread. And then I'm just going to put these little rings of peppers on the top here.
Jalapeno.
jalapenos.
Anaheim.
Okay, now this is going to go into a 400 oven for about 25 minutes. Now I would prefer it if the cornbread reached the edges. In my practice one, I think I must have used a smaller pan. This is my 12-inch pan. I could easily have used a 10-inch and probably gotten this to the edge. But I think it's kind of cute that way. So we're going to see how it turns out, and everybody who takes a slice, like if we cut it like a pie, is going to get some of the cornbread as well. So we're going to put this in the oven and see how it turns out. Well, this just turned out beautiful. It's been out of the oven for about 5 minutes, so it's just about ready to serve. We're going to have this for lunch today. So come up close and let me point out a couple of things. Notice how the batter has puffed up right through the center of these peppers. That's because when I sliced the peppers, I took all the middle stuff out so the dough could actually do that. I just think it looks very charming. I did make a mistake. This should have been done in a 10-inch skillet. But you know, that's just life. And when life happens this way, we improvise. And we're not hard on ourselves at all. This was just, I just looked at the recipe wrong. I looked at my notes wrong when I was getting this recipe together. And so when I'm going to correct that and put it in the recipe that you will have, that this goes in a 10-inch skillet. Now, if you want, now this is a crust. It's not a big, tall cornbread. It's just enough to accompany whatever it is that is that bottom layer, whatever you choose for it to be. If you want to do it in a 12-inch skillet, I'm going to suggest that you double that recipe, and I will put that in the recipe. Or even if you want a taller crust in a 10-inch skillet, you can still double the recipe. But I like it just like this, to where it's a crust and not a tall cornbread. So I'm just going to grab a little bit right here, cut through the cornbread, make sure I get one of those jalapenos. And you can see how deep it is anyway. You can look to see where I've cut it out. So I'm just going to take a little bite of this. It really smells good. It's great. This is a very hearty meal. The peppers are jalapeno, honey. And I love it that the cornbread is studded with those little, with the chopped jalapenos. And I just think it looks beautiful with the rings of jalapenos on the top. So this is this recipe works so well for our level 1 food storage. The ingredients you saw me putting in, I have all of those already in food storage. We didn't have to go to the store for anything. With the peppers, however, Jim did have to make an emergency run because the peppers that I had set aside for doing this recipe a few days ago had spoiled in the refrigerator. I guess they were old to begin with. So he did have to make a quick trip to the store today to pick up fresh peppers. But you can use alternatives. You could leave them out altogether. You can use canned banana peppers. You can do whatever you'd like to for the pepper, as my dad would say, for the decoration. So I feel very good about this recipe. It will be a great addition to our level 1 food storage. And this certainly will make at least 2, maybe 3 meals for us to enjoy. So I hope that you try this idea of a cornbread crust on some kind of a savory meal underneath. And if you do, please leave comments on your experimentation with this recipe and what you used for the savory part of the meal. So thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you again very soon for more videos.